Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Referral Exchange Networking's Business Enrichment Series. As we know, it always isn't easy to compete with companies that are bigger than you, have greater resources. However, one advantage you can have is you can always be smarter than they are. No one can tell you how much you can learn and how much of an asset you can be for your clients. That's why education is critical for small businesses, and that's why we at Referral Exchange strive to make you just a little smarter every week. So let's get right to it. Last week, we looked at how entrepreneurs and small businesses could prepare for disruptions and uncertainties. And one of the methods recommended was to establish strategic partnerships. Now, this kind of sparked my interest, so I thought we should explore this in a little more detail. Although no business is recession-proof or immune to market fluctuations, recessions, and market forces, they don't always affect every business the same way. Rising interest rates aren't great for someone looking to purchase a house, but they can be pretty good for banks. A jump in the price of gasoline doesn't help a delivery driver, but Exxon likes it just fine. Forming a strategic partnership, especially one outside of your specific industry, can be a hedge against big losses if your industry sector hits a rough patch. There are other advantages associated with strategic business alliances. They generally fall into four categories: markets, technologies, capital, and people. To begin, you must first assess your own strengths and weaknesses, which will provide you with a list of not only what you need, but what you have to offer. This list will include intangibles, such as skills, knowledge, and expertise, and tangibles, such as people, facilities, and capital. The advantages of strategic partnerships include: one, reaching new customers by having access to your partner's established client base. Two, sharing resources and risks. Strategic alliances can be a cost-effective way to explore opportunities without risking failure due to your own lack of resources and experience in a new field. Three, growing your reputation by choosing wisely. Both you and your partner can increase your credibility by vouching for one another. Now, obviously, it's important to avoid teaming up with someone with less than a stellar reputation. Four, you can increase your revenue. Access to a new customer base will offer you and your partner a unique opportunity to promote your products and services to an entirely new client base. Of course, it should be obvious that there must be some relevance or complementary value between the partner's products and services. And finally, showcasing your value over that of your competition. Now, when establishing a strategic partnership, there are several things to keep in mind. First, it must be clear what the deliverables are for each partner, including who will bring what to the table. Now, this should be completely transparent, with each partner understanding what is expected of them. And this will facilitate trust and create visibility. Next, you need to set the terms of the deal, including investment cost, profit sharing, branding guidelines, which could be very important, and who has responsibility for what. You also have to be prepared to manage relationships. Keep the chain of communication clear and minimal as possible. Make sure the partnership is flexible, so not if, but when things change, the partnership is able to pivot to meet the challenges. And finally, you want to focus on growth, whether short-term or long-term. Be sure each partner is totally transparent and understands the goals of the partnership. Here's one example of what a strategic partnership could look like. A local brewery is looking to expand awareness of its products, while a neighboring pizza parlor is seeking a way to stand out in the crowded business community. Forming a strategic partnership, they both win. What about you? Give it some thought. Who could you team up with so that you both have a win-win situation? Well, okay, that's it for this week. I hope you get something out of it. If you'd like to talk about anything you just heard, or you'd like to know how you can grow your business by joining a referral exchange networking chapter, or even how to start your own chapter, reach out to me at raustin@referralexchangenetworking.com. That's exchange with an X. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. Thanks, folks. I hope you got something out of it, and we'll talk again next week. Thanks.